Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, my name is Sophie and I am a mum to a little boy named Casper and he is nearly 6 weeks old. So I film lots of mum content and just really helpful things along with little vlogs. So please give my video a good thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. So today's video is obviously newborn essentials and I've had to honestly literally write them down on my phone because mum brain over here will forget what I even find newborn essentials. So obviously everything will be different to other people, and for example I breastfeed my baby, so something that I find essential might not be essential for someone else, or the fact that I live in a house and someone might live in an apartment. Like, things obviously differ, but there is just a few things that I physically feel like I couldn't live without. So I'm just going to jump straight into the first essential item slash object. So for us it is muslins. So we've just had to buy some more muslins today because our little boy is so sick, and as well as in obviously being sick, because he is a boy, he wheezes everywhere. So I just find that having a muslin on the changing mat in case he wheezes, I can quickly wipe it all up with a muslin. We go through muslins like no tomorrow. Honestly, we must use like 6 a day, even maybe more than that sometimes. So we have just bought some new muslins and we just go through them like a rate of knots, so they are literally everywhere. When I say we have muslins everywhere, I literally mean everywhere. They're literally on the bed, in his snuzz pod, there's some in the nappy caddy, and we'll go into his room, and there's some in a basket here. Then we have loads in his changing bag, and then loads in the nappy caddy downstairs as well. So literally we have muslins in every single room in the house just in case we have accidents. So the next item that I literally could not live without, and I don't think anyone else could, I would recommend everyone have one of these or a few of these in the house, is a nappy caddy. So we have one in our bedroom for nighttime changes, and we have one in Casper's bedroom and one in the living room. So this is the nappy caddy in the bedroom that we have, and in here we have obviously got the trusty water wipes, a pack of tissues, my nipple cream and some hand gel, and then we obviously have the nappies and some nappy sacks. Then we've got our trusty muslins, some cotton wool and some baby moisturiser. So I will fill this up like every 1 to 2 days. And then this is the one in Casper's room. So again, we've got tissues, we've got nappies, I've got a bit of talc that we literally never use, nappy sacks, soda cream, and then my nipple pads, and again some cotton wool. So again, I will just fill this up every 1 to 2 days, and the one that's downstairs in the living room is exactly the same as these two. So next for us could be quite a controversial object or item. I don't really know why. I think there's such a bad stigma around this object item, and when you actually read into them, they can help a lot of things. So they help to prevent SIDS, which is sudden infant death syndrome, and they also help to pop. There's like a really tight muscle at the back of the skull, and some babies, depending on what sort of birth they had, it can be really tight, and it also helps to pop that out. So it is a dummy. We have dummies everywhere, and Casper absolutely loves a dummy. It's comforting. I just cannot imagine him not having one. I feel like he would be attached to my boob 24/7. A lot of people have this stigma that they'll never be able to take a dummy away, but in my eyes it's easier to take a dummy away than it is a thumb. If your baby gets used to thumb sucking, obviously you can't ever take that away from them. It will always be attached to them, so I think it's a lot easier to get rid of a dummy. And also we have just bought this dummy steriliser from Milton. So for example, today we have been out for lunch and we dropped the dummy on the floor, and then obviously it's on the floor and it's dirty and we didn't have a spare dummy. Whereas if we took this with us and put some sterilising fluid in it, then you can just pop the dummy back in, close it, and it will be sterilised within 15 minutes. So I'm hoping that this comes in handy. It was literally like £5 and it's by Milton. It's just literally called the Mini Soother Steriliser. Then the next one is water wipes. so I literally would not be able to live without these water wipes. Obviously when a baby is first born, they recommend that you only use cotton wool and water, and these water wipes are as close to cotton wool and water as you will get. So it's a lot easier than obviously dipping cotton wool in water. If you're out and about, you don't want to have to, you know, you might be in a restaurant and you don't want to be going and getting cotton wool and dipping it in water to change your baby, especially if there's not really a way to change your baby. The amount of times I've had to change him in his pram or in the car, and these water wipes are just so convenient. I know they do come at a bit of a cost, but to me it's completely worth it, and we actually buy ours from Costco. So they're cheaper in the Costco store than they are online in Costco. I think it's £16 for a pack of 12, and you might pay £3 just for one pack in the supermarket. But water wipes are a definite must for me, and they just make life so much more easier and convenient. And when you are a mum, that is something that you need in your life. Then we have a white noise toy. So we have got the Snuzz Cloud. So I was kindly gifted this by Snuzz, and it's got a few settings on it. So you can't see any buttons. So like the children, if they even grab hold of it, the babies will not be able to like fiddle with anything. So there's one here which plays the noises. And there's just different choice of noises. So there's like a white noise, a heartbeat, there's a little tune, and there's also water. And then there is, on the other side, there's a red light. I don't know if you can see those red lights coming on. And then there's also a night light in the middle. So this is absolutely dreamy, Dream Cloud, for night time. So when I'm feeding Casper his last feed, I will turn the white noise on, and to me it kind of just signals to him that it's bedtime, and it will stay on for about 15 minutes. And the red light also helps babies go to sleep apparently, or it stimulates sleep in the brain. So I'll have the red light on and the white noise, and then when it's died down, I'll then turn it on again because I will usually still be asleep. So you'll have at least half an hour of this white noise. And I actually have been speaking to a sleep specialist, and she said white noise is really good for babies. So this is something that we definitely could not live without, and I think white noise is important for every single baby. I think it helps with every baby, and everyone just goes on about white noise. So having a toy rather than your phone, because obviously your phone can die a lot quicker if you're just using your phone for white noise. So the next item is something that I didn't actually even buy myself. I got this for my baby shower, and I didn't even think about buying one. And we used it within the second day of Casper coming home. And it is a Snuffle Babe aspirator. So it's to suck babies' bogies out of their nose. So you put this little tube into the baby's nose, and then you suck here. And obviously in this little compartment it stops the bogies coming all the way through, so you are never ever going to actually suck a bogie into your mouth. So it's really easy to use. You pop the little tube up the baby's nose, give it a good suck, and it just sucks the baby's bogies out. When you can see your baby struggling to breathe, or they've got a really stuffy nose, there is honestly nothing worse, and it is so satisfying sucking a bogey out of their nose. I can't even tell you how satisfying it is. Me and Josh absolutely love doing it, and when we finally get one out, we're like, yes, like we've done it, we've got the bogey out. So I would definitely recommend one of these. I think you can grab them from Amazon, and I think you can also probably grab them from somewhere like Boots. I will link as many things as I can in the description box below. Obviously I'm not going to be able to link everything because they won't be sold online. They'll be more in like supermarkets and stuff like that, but I will add a lot of links below to things that you can purchase online. Then we have got some gripe water. So again, I never bought this myself. My sister-in-law bought it us when Casper was born, and I never actually realised how important it is. So it really just helps the acid in a baby's tummy. Obviously when a baby eats, they do take a lot of air in, and it can cause discomfort in the tummy with wind and gas, and it can just really help to settle the tummy. And also the essential oils and natural oils that are in there can also help send the baby to sleep. So I just dip Casper's dummy into the gripe water and pop it in his mouth. If he was bottle fed, I would pour a tiny bit into his feed, but because he's breastfed, obviously it's really hard to give it to him without it tasting absolutely awful for him, because I don't think it actually does taste that nice. So I just dip his dummy in it and then pop it into his mouth. So next up we have got a feeding cushion. So I'm just going to attach a clip of Casper in the feeding cushion here, but for me a feeding cushion is literally a must have. I think I bought it for £10 at the baby show in Manchester and I use it every single day. It comes in handy for so many different things, and I'm just going to quickly show you the ways in which we use it. So this is the feeding cushion that I got from the baby show. So I use it to prop Casper up in if I'm busy and I just need to pop him down for 5 minutes. I also use it on a night for extra support when feeding. So I will sit up in bed and I'll put this behind my head. And then also sometimes if we fall asleep with Casper on our chest, so that we are more upright, I will literally pop my head in there and use it myself as a pillow. So as you can see, this is Casper just sat in his feeding cushion. It's just something really easy for me to pop on the bed and pop him into, and he can watch me while I get ready, and I know that he's just going to be safe and secure. And also because he is a bit of a sicky baby, he is also kept upright rather than just laying him flat. Next up we have a sling/baby carrier. So I would be lost without a sling in this house. When Casper is being really needy and fussy and I've got lots to do, I will just strap him to my chest and I can get everything done. And then also going out on walks, sometimes you will find that a pram is just not practical for where you are. It might be really bumpy and it might be really muddy. So if you can just pop your baby in a sling, obviously it's a lot easier. And I actually think that's one of the ways I have managed to get my baby weight down, is because I put Casper in a sling and I either carry him around the house or I go on a walk with him. And obviously that's me burning calories but with an extra weight on me as well. And obviously he gets heavier, so the heavier that he gets, the more weight I've got on me, and it's just like I'm adapting to that weight. So I would be lost without this baby carrier. So I use the Baby Bjorn sling, and I also have a free rider wrap. So I'm just going to pop these in the next clip. So as you can see here, I am using the baby carrier just to walk around the house with Casper, but obviously this is exactly how I would walk outside, and it's just really useful and really convenient, and Casper absolutely loves it as well because he's really close to me. That I think you need with a newborn, and I asked Josh this question. I told him that I was filming this video and I said to him, what do you think you need what do you think a newborn essential is? And he said patience. And I thought, you know what, that is so true. Like, obviously that's not an object and it's nothing that you can buy, but it's definitely something that you need. And even me, I have lost my patience quite a few times, which has really shocked me because I am quite a patient person. But with a newborn, it is so hard sometimes. Like, you don't know what they need, or they might just keep moaning and whinging and you feel like you've done everything, or they won't go to sleep. They might have been awake for like an hour and a half in the night and you're just thinking, oh my god, just please go to sleep. And I find in the middle of the night is when I lose my patience the most, and Josh will just remind me, Sophie, it's not his fault, just be patient with him. And I do feel really, really bad when I get impatient with him, and I just do have to remind myself and be reminded that you need to be patient with a newborn. They know no better than we do. Like, they don't even know what they need, they don't know what they want. And I just think patience was a really, really good one, and I'm actually glad that Josh said that. So if you are watching this and you haven't had your baby yet, or you're looking at having a baby in the future, just practice your patience, because by the time you come to having that child, your patience will wear thin. So the more of it that you have, the better. I mean, obviously not everyone's going to be the same. Some people might have absolutely loads of patience and never ever lose it, but I'm telling you now, everyone that I know loses their patience with a baby or a child. So it's definitely something that you need. So thank you so much for watching my video. Please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video. I'm not sure what it's actually going to be yet. I think it's going to be all about my breastfeeding journey, but I'm just trying to create as many educational videos as possible surrounding being a new mum and having a newborn baby, because I just know how difficult it can be, and I just think the more you can relate to somebody and watch for tips and for help, then the better. Like, I don't actually know that many people that I can watch on YouTube myself, and I know that I love watching mums on YouTube, and I just know that there's not actually that many people who create videos that are helpful rather than actual vlogs. I love vlogging, but for me, my main aim is to be helpful and truthful. So thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.